Tired of your old
Streaming
kitchen
from
or
the Tampa Bay
bathroom?
28 Weather
Upgrade to
Center
the
in
home of your
Studio A.
dreams with Manny and Courtney
This
from
is Dennis
CMK
Phillips
Construction.
Live Plus.
CMK Construction is Tampa's award-winning
Brought to you by
kitchen and bath
CMK
leader for
Construction.
over 20 years.
Crafting Tampa's
Right now,
most
save
exquisite bathrooms and
$3,000 on a
kitchens.
new kitchen and $2,000 on a new bathroom. And take advantage of our no money down and no interest financing until 2026. Imagine, design, build.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to DPL with me, meteorologist Allie Blake. So exciting to be here, and I'm excited that Dennis let me be here. I'm surprised he did. So let's hope I do a good job and not mess this up. But we're gonna have fun here tonight. You know, we'll talk a little bit of weather. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. And we're just going to have fun as much as you can. I see you guys coming into the comments. Thank you so much for welcoming me, Lori. We have Anna. Thank you, Michelle from Tarpon Springs. Dominique, feel free to ask questions. And I'm going to, of course, go over question of the day and some other stuff. And before, I just want to let you guys know. So earlier this morning, I was talking to my mom and I was telling her I'm doing DPL tonight and I'm excited, a little nervous, and we'll see how this goes. And my mom said, Allie, you know what Dennis's rule number 7 is, and I'm sure you guys at home do. It's don't freak out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna not freak out, and if I push a wrong button, we're gonna laugh at home, and I hope you guys laugh, because if not, I'll just go home and be sad. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. Of course, I do have question of the day. That's where I'd like to take you guys to ask some questions here, at least on DPL, so you guys can answer it in the comments throughout, and we're gonna talk. I know a big talker is the Powerball. Everyone's talking about it. I am so tired of buying lottery tickets. I only buy one ever at a time because the odds of winning for getting more than one are just so small. So that, of course, is the way that I see it. And here's my question. Where would you go on a trip if you were to win the Powerball? I used to say I'd always want to go to Hawaii, and I still think I do want to go to Hawaii. But now that I live in Florida, you know, a lot of our beaches, I'm sure, similar to Hawaii. I mean, I've never been, but I think maybe I'd go to Europe. Let me know in the comments. I see Kathy says Copenhagen, Shanghai Disney from Cassandra. Oh, that would be so cool. Or Disneyland Paris. You know, we have so many great stuff. Alaska from Susie. That is definitely something fun. Keep putting them here in the comments. We are going to continue to, of course, answer them throughout the show. And of course, I'll be back here to let you guys know exactly what is going on. And of course, I'll tell you a little bit about myself and make sure to roll the brakes. I'm Allie. I'm the newest member of the team here at Tampa Bay 28. I am originally from Durham, North Carolina, and I lived most of my life there. But my grandma lives in Lakewood Ranch, and my aunt lives in Lutz. So I've been here almost all my life. I've considered Tampa a second home. I like to track the tropics, and it's a place that I've always just felt at home. And I thank you guys for all welcoming in your homes, whether it be at 2 in the morning, well, not necessarily 2, but 4, because that's when we're on, or even later into the day, like right now when I'm filling in, because, you know, it's me coming into your home and I appreciate you guys letting me there. Of course, I went to NC State. I'm a Wolfpack fan. I heard the South Florida Bulls kind of do something like this. It kind of looks like an arthritis Wolfpack, but I'm okay with both. They both look good. You know, I'm wearing my red today. I put a poll on my social media, and I appreciate you guys that voted for it. The meteorologist sweatshirt. You know, I will say that some people don't necessarily love if they're called Weather Girl. I do not mind. You know, I do what I do. I love what I do. I love you guys. So I totally don't mind at all. Of course, we're going to talk a little bit about weather, but I am going to roll the first break so I don't forget. You guys also, just like Dennis, tell me to hit break when I need to, or if not, we'll hit the band button. And we'll be right back. All right, we'll leave a little bit. I'm going to read some of the questions and comments that we have so far. Let's see. I just engaged in the never-ending travel. Me too, Shannon. Me too. Thank you guys for my sweatshirt. Germany, that would be great. You know, so my family has some German roots, and apparently there is a cathedral named after me, my last name, and a bar. And I need to go visit both of those. Oh, Australia, Italy, London, those are all on my list, Candace. Those would be great places. Take your family on a train trip across the U.S. You know, I know Amtrak has apparently these carts that you can go into that are like almost like a bed. I feel like that's the one that I would want to do if I was in that situation. So keep that in mind. That's what I would totally do. Oh, you're German as well. I'm German. I'm also Irish. I may look tan now. Well, compared to everyone else in the weather team, I think I'm the palest, but I have very fair Irish skin. Yes, I did have a cheeky grin on that band button. It's definitely fun. Let me check on how much time we got. 17 seconds until we are back from break, and then we are going to talk the tropics, which still are heating up. We're getting really close to hurricane season, and oh, we're seeing some people from Daytona. Hey, Daytona, let's see where we got. We're back from break. Woo! We made it through the first break, and thank you guys, of course, for taking me through the first break as well. We haven't broken anything yet, so I think that's a win for me, and a win for you guys at home too. You know, we're fueled tonight on the band button and some Sour Patch Kids. I love candy. I eat a lot of the candy back in our weather center. I know Dennis sometimes will get candy in there, but I definitely take my candy break. I look like I don't miss candy, and that's for sure. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the tropics now, segueing back into weather, because that's always my first love. I'm going to show you guys some of the things that are going on right now. We're going to double box it with me and, of course, the graphics you can see right next to me. So we are taking a look at the tropics. Well, not the tropics necessarily, but what's going on at least right now at home, and then we'll get to the tropics. If you're in Highlands County, you are getting all the rain. I mean, today, most of us were supposed to get a better shot of showers, and unfortunately, we just didn't get it. Mostly south of I-4 had the best shot. We have a stalled out frontal boundary that's off the coast, and it's bringing a lot of moisture into South Florida. Unfortunately, we just missed out on it. I know we need some rain, and we'll definitely take some. I will definitely take rain on the weekdays instead of the weekends. I don't know about you guys at home. I am so tired of these wet weekends, and it finally looks like I think we'll get a better one ahead. Let's zoom in, of course, to exactly what we're looking at, where most of the showers are, at least for right now. You can see if you're sitting in Sebring, you're getting the heaviest downpours right now, right along 64 and 27. That's where the heaviest rain is. Avon Park along 64 as well. As you're moving from Hardee and DeSoto County into Highlands, just know it's getting a little bit wet out there. And we're continuing to see. Are you guys seeing any bit of wetness? Also, thank you, Ashley. I won't, of course, talk myself down. I know that we're going to have fun and do a good job. And of course, as we get into the rest of the evening, I do think a lot of these showers are going to go away. Tomorrow will be the day that I think a lot of us are going to see showers. They'll move from the northeast down to the southwest throughout the day. And I'll even show you hour by hour what we're looking at as we get into the rest of the forecast. Take a look. Tomorrow morning, most of us waking up in the 60s and 70s. And then we get to the mid 80s by lunchtime. That stickiness and steaminess is here, and you will feel it. Here comes the showers. I think if you are just to the north of Tampa Bay, 3 o'clock will be your window. If you're in Tampa Bay, 6 o'clock. So from 5 to 7, you get the best shot of some showers. Temperatures will get to near 90. So if you have practice, maybe you're going to a game, maybe you're just going out to dinner, that'll be the time to dodge a little bit of that rain action as it pushes on through. Thursday finally dries out later on. And I think Friday could actually be a really warm day. Rain chances are not looking as strong. You could just see as we move through the hour by hour. But we even saw 96 show up in Tampa. I think that's a little overzealous. I don't think we're necessarily going to get there, but it will be a little on the warmer side. And of course, we are going to continue to track out the tropics. And I want to get you there just right now. Here's a look, though, at that full 7 days, so you can take a peek at it. Just know that we will likely see lesser rain chances as we get to Sunday. And early next week is when the heavier bands start to move back through. So I'm going to tell you, we're finally going to get a little bit of a drier weekend, and we're going to knock on some wood. I'll hit the ban button, because if we see any more rain, I'm going to ban it for the weekends, because I'm tired of having to cancel my beach and pool days. My building was supposed to have a pool party the past 2 months and has had to cancel it. I don't think it's going to happen anymore at this point, but that's okay. Now we're going to get to the tropics, and I'm going to pull up the tropics full screen for you guys so we can talk about it. Let's see if we can get there. Maybe. Oop. Let's get to the tropics full screen. Here we go, because, you know, we are just talking about hurricane season in a nutshell. Hi, Jeannie from Bradenton. Ryan, I do think tomorrow we'll see rain. Thank you, Debbie. You're so sweet. I think rain also should be limited to 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. or maybe 1 to 5, because I go into work then and, you know, I don't want any rain on me. Well, now we're going to get to the tropics, though. So taking a look at the tropics right now, I know that we have noticed that there's some stuff going on in the Gulf. Well, I'm going to tell you, breathe a sigh of relief. Yes, we have a stalled out frontal boundary over us, and you can see kind of the showers moving around it, but the environment is just being carried away by a cold front. I mean, we have a cold front that's just sitting well off the Atlantic coast that's going to pull that moisture away from us. And that's exactly what we want to see, especially this time of year. Latest update from the Hurricane Center. I'm going to take a peek and see if we see it. This is the update from 2 o'clock, where we have a 40% chance over the next 2 days. And of course, an 80% over the next 7. Let me update it on my other computer to see if we get any information. And we do have the latest update, still the same. No major changes from the National Hurricane Center. I'm going to double box me and what's coming up from the Hurricane Center so I can read it all out for you guys. So showers and thunderstorms associated with the tropical wave over the eastern tropical Atlantic. Conditions are still favorable for development over the next several days. I think that we could see a named storm by the end of this week into this weekend, and it likely will be a depression. We know that next name is Gabrielle. And fun fact for you guys at home, that was almost the name I was given at birth. It was between Gabrielle and Allie, and imagine to this day if I would have been meteorologist Gabby Blake. I don't think it rolls off the tongue as well, but you know, that's your fun fact of the evening about me. And of course, we continue to see over the next few days, the system will move slowly towards the west-northwest. So 40% chance over the next 2 days, 80% over the next 7. So definitely something to watch. But models, I know yesterday I was here with Denis and we talked about it. They just don't necessarily look like that they really want to see a whole lot of action, at least here in Florida. And I want to show you guys something, though, that it's fighting with right now. Take a look. We have some Saharan dust. Let me double box me and what's going on so you guys can kind of see it. Let's see if we can get there real quick. And I'm push this over. So the reason why we haven't seen the development yet is because we have Saharan dust that it's fighting, and it's trying to form over the dust. And we know when it tries to form over the dust, it doesn't necessarily do the best job. And that's okay, because we don't want anything to happen to us here in Florida. After last season, we need a little bit of a break. So we are cheering on the dust. Go dust. And hopefully it stays like that over the next couple days, but we'll keep an eye on it and let you know. We are going to get to our next break, but I'm going to take a look in here and read any of the stuff. Someone said, if you bought, Pamela says if she wins the lottery, she's going to buy a generator. That's very smart to do. And I think they're still tax-free. That may have ended, though, as we get to September. Thank you guys, of course, all for hanging with me tonight. Hi, Rhonda. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. And we are going to roll to break. And when we get back, we'll dig in a little bit more into the tropics. All right, guys. I'm here with my Facebook friends, which means it's time for a candy break. Woo! Go Dust, that's what I cheer for, because we definitely need a little bit of a break. And thank you guys for telling me I'm doing a good job, because sometimes I'm like, I don't really know how I'm doing. But I think that's just a little bit of me. And now that you guys are here, I'm actually going to tell you guys a little funny story for those exclusively on Facebook, because we have a minute. So funny story, I went and bought a lottery ticket at Publix yesterday. I had no makeup on, and I was in a t-shirt and some Crocs. And when I went up to the counter at Publix, because Publix, I don't know if there's any logic. I always think Publix is the place to go to get lottery tickets to win. At least that's what I tell myself. And the girl asked for my ID, and I was like, wow, do I really look like I could pass for 18? I mean, I know I dress a little younger than I probably am, but wow. And she looks at it and goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I asked for your ID. You are definitely well older than this. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay with my age. I don't need to be any younger. I don't need to be any older. But it was just really funny. I have a sister who's 18, and people always think she looks older than me. But it definitely was just funny out there that I got asked for my ID for a lottery ticket. And we are now back from break. I was just telling them that I got ID'd this week when I went to buy a lottery ticket, which is just funny. And I don't think I look 18, but maybe I do. And I'm gonna hold on to that as long as I can. I know my grandma, who lives in Lakewood Ranch, always gets asked. She looks very young. And that's why I do what I do, because my genes hopefully will keep me looking young for a very long time. Even though I will tell you guys at home, fun fact, I'm 25% gray. Even though I dye it, I've had gray hair since I was 11. I think I've just been stressed my whole life, but it's okay. I laugh and I smile, and hopefully the grays will just go away. Or maybe one day I'll just embrace it. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. We'll get back, though, talking the tropics, because I can yap your whole ears off, and I will do so. So let's, of course, get back to talking about the tropics. And I'm going to show you guys what we can dig into. If it will let me, let's see how this works. All right. Boom. This was the update from the Hurricane Center that we all read earlier. I'm going to show you guys some of the models and some of the things that they are looking at least from earlier. Let me pop them up, because I was looking at some of the latest European models of what this could necessarily bring. And you can see, even if Gabrielle does form later this week, I mean, the models, yes, are picking up on it, but one thing that Denis said that really stuck out to me is, if the storm is going to strengthen, it will move north. And yes, we do see a couple of the members right here that are red, which means strengthening, but they're then turning north. So we don't have to worry about that here in Florida, at least if it goes with the Euro. I mean, plenty of the models are not showing that turn that we necessarily wanted, that turn that we necessarily saw earlier. We are keeping an eye, though, out on the American model, too, because the GFS-chicane, as Denis calls it, was doing its thing earlier, and you can see it right here. It continues to show as we get into the next couple of hours. I'm going to continue to move it out for you guys slowly but surely. It's pushing it out to sea, which is good and exactly what we want. You know, I know plenty of us here in Tampa Bay are just exhausted from last year's hurricane season and are ready for a break. I totally am as well. But I know that we had seen a couple of things showing. I'm going to show you guys too the GFS on tropical tidbits real quick, because it was showing some crazy things. And I'm sure you'll see this on social media. Just know that it is not true. And if someone tries to tell you that this is going to happen, models are going to show that something might happen 8 million times before it actually does. And you guys, I know, because you watch DPL, and you listen to Denis, and you know, I am just Denis's right-hand woman, that we wouldn't actually see something crazy like this. So the models we're trying to show, you can see as I push it through, you see that could be Gabrielle. Gabrielle kind of makes an Aaron-like turn. Well, this model tries to show it going up almost into the mid-Atlantic. We know that's not going to happen. It's several days out. The last run before this showed a very strong hurricane moving into the Charleston, South Carolina area. My sister's at College of Charleston, and I wouldn't let something like that go towards her. And we all know that we're better than that, and that we likely will continue to see at least a little bit better of conditions like that. I'm going to go back to where you guys can see me. I'm going to look at some of the questions a bit, and we can talk and answer them together. Cha-ching! Yeah, that's definitely it. I love tropical tidbits too. It is a stressful time of year, but you know, we just don't freak out because that's how it is. There's no reason to post clickbait to get people to freak out because we know how it goes in Florida. We're level-headed, and most of the models are keeping this well away from us. And even behind it, really nothing is wanting to show up. Do I think we'll see more? I mean, yes, it's almost peak hurricane season, so it is just that time of year. But yes, we hope that it stays away for as long as it can. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see, of course. Hello, Pat. Hello, Kathy. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Of course, we're continuing just to have so much fun out there. Yes, Cassie, there are so many models out there, and I try my best to break it down. You know, a lot of these are the same things from yesterday, so a lot of similar things going on here. And of course, we will continue to do that. I am going to roll into the next break right now. So we are going to take a quick little break here, and then I'm going to show you guys a video that I'm excited to show you. All righty. Go Pack. Thanks, Rex. Yeah, I hope the Big Ben doesn't get anything, Cindy. I think, though, that I really hope that we're quiet. I always knock on wood, though, because I get nervous as we, of course, get into things. I'm going to scroll back up and see where some of you guys mentioned earlier where you want to go. Francine, you said go Heels. No. But then again, I will say my brother goes to UNC Chapel Hill, so I guess, Hi from Lakeland. Australia is a big place where people wanted to go. Hi from Idaho. Hello, welcome. Ooh, South Korea I feel like would be a fun place to go. I love to try all sorts of different foods, so that's probably what I would do. But I will say I have a pretty serious tree nut allergy, so I have to be careful wherever I go. That's why the Weather Center right here is a no-nut zone because of me, and I'm allergic, and we've got to make sure I'm safe too. All right, we're at 27 seconds. I'm trying to think of any funny stories to tell you guys exclusively to Facebook, but I think that's all I got at the moment, other than the funny story about Publix. But yeah, other than that, you know, we're continuing to do well. Are you guys excited though? We're getting ready for peak NFL starting tomorrow. I know the Bucks play on Sunday. See, this is past my bedtime, so my brain sometimes takes a little bit of a second. And we're back almost towards the end of DPL. We are hitting the home stretch, folks. This is fun. I'm having a good time. Maybe they'll let me come back. Maybe not. We'll see. I hope so. Of course, I want to show you guys something, though, that is near and dear to my heart. So in my last market, I worked in Baltimore. If any of you guys are from Maryland, feel free to let me know in the comments. I always meet a couple Marylanders. And I used to do picks for the Ravens. Every time I moved to a new city, the sports teams seem to do really well. I mean, the Florida Gators just won the national championship. Bucks made it to the playoffs. Rays are close. Lightning went to the playoffs too. So that'll tell you something. Hopefully, I think we could see maybe a Bucks playoff run. Well, I had my dog Lexie pick some of the Ravens games when I was in Baltimore. The first year I made videos of Lexie, and she would pick one team or the other. She's a Bernedoodle. Just like Dennis, he is Bernedoodles too. That's how I knew that we would get along. And Lexie picked the win. She went 17-2. She's picked the Super Bowl champion correct for the past 3 years in a row. I will say last year she wasn't as correct with the Ravens, but this year I'm going to do Ravens and Bucks for all my fans out there. And I want to show you guys because she did the first Bucks pick of the season. So my Bucks fans out there, get excited or get nervous. I will say I do not influence anything that my dog does. It is all up to her. So I'm going to show you guys what we're doing. So here is the official Lexie's
Ay,
pick number 1.
give me the chip, I need the championship. Wait, we got a dream, next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring said to be immortalized. Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile to even fit into my shoes. Still, I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. It's the anthem. Pull up and you know the same strong. This your anthem. I'm a underdog. Everybody. Ay, give me the chip. I need the championship.
Unfortunately, the Falcons, which really hurt my heart because I wanted her to pick the Bucks. But that doesn't mean that the Bucks still could go far. The first year I did it with Lexie, she picked several games that I knew the Ravens were going to blow out, and she was correct. So you never know. She's willing to pick the right answer. We'll see how it goes, and I'll give you guys updates. I'll continue to put them out as well, and we'll continue to see just all the craziness that happens over the next couple of days, especially as we get into the rest of the season. Now, I'm going to go in here and show you guys exactly. I'm going to go in and answer a couple questions and see how things are going. People said they can only hear some music. Someone asked if I paddleboard. I did get a paddleboard recently. It's still in my closet. I need a pump, but I love to paddleboard. And that's okay. Some people were saying, was I talking while the music was playing? I really was not talking. I was saying nothing that was as important as what I showed in the video. So that's totally okay. But I know, go Eagles. We got some Eagles fans in there. I'm sorry if that almost blew out your speakers. I didn't know it was turned up that loud. I don't know if I've ever shown a video, but that's why I said I might not be allowed back on here ever again. I'm sorry the background music was really loud, but we'll of course continue to not do that in the future. I will say I'm going to bring you guys now though to again, we're going to do question of the day to at least end out everything that's going on. So let's go back to question of the day, folks. Let's put it on up. Sorry that the music was loud. I'll ban myself. Bang. So let's see any of the rest of the questions in here. We did get break 3, so thank you for keeping up with me, Charlotte. I appreciate you guys at home keeping me accountable. We finished this show at 7:58, so we got 2 more minutes left. 2 more minutes not to break anything. Yeah, LOL, not allowed back again. I get it. I'm so sorry that it was so loud. I really didn't mean for it to be loud. So again, tell me where you would go if you were to go on a trip for the Powerball. I know Dennis likes to go on cruises. I would like to go on one soon. Fun fact, the first cruise I ever went on was out of Tampa Bay, and I was very sick after because I thought the land was shaking. But thank you guys for telling me I did good. That makes me at least feel a little better. But this was so fun, and I can stay with you guys on Facebook. So let's see what else we got going on. Any other fun places? Singapore, that would be really fun. I feel like that would also be a very long flight, almost too long of a flight, at least for me. The longest flight I've ever been on is 12 hours. And I was sitting by people that I didn't know, and the window was closed the whole time. I'm a big window seater, and I just stare at the whole time. I look at the clouds, I look at the weather, and I was not able to. And then I finally opened it and didn't feel good, and there was a crying baby. It was not a fun time. But I appreciate you guys all talking to me and joining me. Thank you guys for joining us for DPL. We're starting to get into the last home stretch, the last 30 seconds of DPL, and I appreciate you guys for joining me. It has definitely been so much fun. I've had a blast with you guys, and hopefully we continue to have more fun times like this. I think they'll let me back. At least I hope. You guys just got to tell Denis too. Oh, apparently there's a scammer in here. So in the last little bit of time, I'm gonna hit the ban button because we don't do any scammers or any spammers. I hope you guys all have a great night. Thank you so much for